Good morning, Santa Clarita. Welcome in. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. And for those of you that know, you know our show Eye on the Valley is brought to you by SCVI and iLEAD Schools. We are a network of charter schools with campuses in Castaic, Agua Dulce, Lancaster. We've even got a fully accredited online school that's K through 12, actually TK through 12. Y'all know what TK is now. That's becoming a universal thing here really soon. So yeah, our online school is TK through 12. We've also got a homeschool program. I keep saying burgeoning homeschool. Our homeschool program is exploding. I heard the other day we've got about 200 people on the wait list at that homeschool program. So it is called iLEAD Exploration, but if you're looking for more information on that homeschool program, our classroom-based schools, our online school, just go to ileadschools.org. There you can find information on all of our schools, and you can click on the information button to enroll, to get a tour. So yeah, here at Eye on the Valley, we keep our eye on education in Santa Clarita and across the nation. But like our show says, we keep our eye on the Valley as well, bringing you everything that you need to know about what's what here in the Valley. And we try to do so while bringing a smile to your face because, I've got that personal philosophy that I refuse to do anything that I can't laugh through. So gets me in trouble sometimes, but that's all part of the fun, right? Aish, it is already heating up out there. It is a hot one. Summertime is here, y'all. It is summertime. You know how I know? Yeah, it might not be officially summer, but besides the triple-digit temperatures that we're about to hit here a little bit later in the day, there are other signs. That's right. The last of our local high schools is graduating tonight. SCVI's seniors will be graduating this evening, so that's another indicator that summer's here. But then there's that one surefire indicator that it is summertime. That sure sign, that true sign of summer. That's right, the angels suck again. So you know it's summer. Yep. Yeah, the seniors from SCVI are graduating this evening. Yesterday they had their clap out. It was it's always a special event. It started when they were clapped into high school. The seniors 4 years ago, the last week of their 8th grade year. And yesterday, the seniors received their caps and gowns, and they put them on. They received their senior awards and things like that. And then once they were all dressed in their caps and gowns, the entire campus, and remember, SCVI is a TK through 12 campus, so from 11th grade all the way down to our TK and kindergartners assembled in kind of a double file line snaking across the entire campus. And the seniors then exited to strut their stuff through the gauntlet of cheering underclassroom all the way to the welcoming cameras of their parents. It's such an exciting event. Love the clap out. And then tonight they'll graduate. SCVI's graduation is always so special. If you don't believe me, just check it out on YouTube. There's several of SCVI's past graduations on YouTube, and they're always just so amazing, so personalized. As senior advisor Cheryl Senna mentioned last week when she was on the show, every graduate not only speaks at our graduation, think about that, but is also spoken about. Very personalized event. So if you're heading out there to SCVI's graduation tonight, bring your tissues. It's always so touching. And the process will start all over again on Monday as the 9th through 11th graders convene in the theater at SCVI. They'll honor the empty section that is left for the graduates. Those seniors won't be there. But then the juniors will move into those seats and quite literally be crowned seniors, making their status official for the upcoming school year. And then, of course, the sophomores, they move over, and the freshmen move over to take their new places as sophomores, and then it leaves that vacancy for the incoming freshmen, and that's when the cycle starts again. When the 8th graders from SCVI move in, they're clapped into the high school, and they assume their place. It's a really neat tradition we've been celebrating at SCVI since about 2015. So this is the 7th, 8th time we'll be doing that. It's something that we can do at a comprehensive school. So in fact, some of the seniors that we spoke to last week, if you remember, talked about how special it was to be able to attend the same school, in some cases, since kindergarten all the way through high school. And and I think there are quite a few of them graduating tonight that have been there since third grade, since second grade, like Alyssa mentioned, or I think we had three of them that started at kindergarten on last week, and there's probably at least half a dozen of them that are graduating tonight that have never attended another school. So kind of special. So I know we've got a few more days before summer officially starts. I think it's about 10 more days maybe. But you wake up on Monday and your kids are still in bed, and yeah, you'll know summer's here. So we've got a little frog in my throat, but we've got a great show for you today. In just a minute, we're going to have Mike DeMenno from Remo Drums, who's doing great things in our community. You know, Remo Drums is an amazing musical organization, but they also do incredible things in and around the community. So we'll be talking to Mike in just a minute about all those things that he's doing in and around town. And next hour, I'll be joined by Lisa Latimer and Grace Wells, along with three of the learners from iLEAD Agua Dulce. They've got the most incredible school campus that you've ever seen up there in Agua Dulce. You may want to stop by and visit. It's just amazingly relaxing. And lately, the campus there in Agua Dulce is crawling with all kinds of cute critters. So we'll talk to them a little bit later on. The learners, that is, not the critters. I don't think we'll be talking to them. And then, yes, as we do, we'll end the show with some trivia with Big T. So, yeah, lots of fun, lots of laughs. We're going to have a whole bunch of fun. So why don't you join us? Let's go ahead and do this. Let's get started. My first guest works, as I mentioned, for Remo Drums, but he's much more than an employee with a local business with the preeminent name in drums. And his passion for drums goes far beyond making rhythmic music. In 1993, Mike DeMenno came across a magazine article featuring Mickey Hart and Arthur Hull, whose mission was to use drumming for community building and personal well-being. Well, within a year, Mike began facilitating drum circles for at-risk kids throughout Los Angeles. In 2003, Mike became the manager of the first recreational music center. Under the mentorship of Remo Belli, owner of Remo Drums, the Remo Recreational Music Center in North Hollywood developed into an extraordinary place dedicated to bringing rhythm and music to people from all walks of life. Mike has also not only found himself working closely with Mickey Hart on several projects over the years, but also has been under the mentorship of Arthur Hull. In 2017, the RMC moved to the Remo headquarters located here in Valencia, and with the blessing of Remo's widow, Ami Belli, a brand new state-of-the-art Remo Music Center was built on the factory premises. Along with Amo Belli and Remo Incorporated, Mike continues the mission of the late Remo Belli, creating joy and improving the human condition through drumming. That's right, through drumming. Mike considers drumming to be his life raft, where drums have kept him afloat throughout his life, during the good times and the bad. Mike finds himself to be so fortunate to be in the company of Ping Ho and Giselle Friedman, helping to create such a wonderful program like Beat the Odds. Mike maintains his passion for the drum set, as well as helping others to experience the personal joy of playing music. Mike DeMenno, welcome to Eye on the Valley.
Thank you so much for having me, Matt, and thank you to Sarah McDaniels from SCVI for inviting me here. It's a pleasure and an honor.
Absolutely. Here on the show, she's producer Sarah, and we love her. She always sets up a great show. So we want to get to your wonderful contribution to music and rhythm, but first, could we start with you giving our listeners a little bit of a history of Remo Belli and how he absolutely revolutionized not just drumming, but the music industry?
Sure. Remo... He came into he joined the Navy when he was 18 and went right into the Navy band. And when he came out, he was a professional drummer. And maybe just before 1957, a few years before, there'd talk about this polyester film could be used for drum heads, and it was kind of going around. And DuPont actually bought the patent from this company in England, and they now have the rights to this polyester mylar. And Remo started looking into it and fussing around with it, and other people were too. But Remo was able to create a aluminum channel, like a U-shaped channel, just like maybe a quarter-inch deep, quarter-inch wide, and put the mylar into that channel and use a special resin. Him with his accountant and the accountant's friend, who worked in the aerospace industry, developed this. So Remo was the first to be able to patent the DuPont Mylar drum head into a way that was sustainable and tunable, and that revolutionized. We feel, and Remo always felt like rock and roll, because everything was before that was animal skin, right. And you had to have that light jazz touch, which is awesome. But then rock and roll musicians would just break those heads quickly, and also the weather wouldn't affect them. So, in a way, we like to say that we helped contribute to rock and roll music and the lineage to all the great music we've had over the years because of a Mylar drum head.
Wow! So he really allowed for that, like you said, that rock and roll sound where drummers can just start banging on drums, but then also at the same time, what he created was tunable, so they could still get the rich sounds that were distinctive out of each drum.
Yeah, tunable and weather, all weather. So,
oh, wow.
Animal skin was very sensitive to weather. And not only that, it also, not to discount, the jazz musicians loved it, because then they didn't have to deal with weather. And we make different thicknesses. We make heads for the jazz musicians, rock and roll musicians, concert, or orchestral, marching, which is like a Kevlar, really strong drum head. Same thing they use in bulletproof jackets. So,
oh, wow.
Like timpanis, like we just run the whole gamut of anything musical Remo wanted to be part of.
Wow. So we could say Remo made it possible for them to be spraying Tommy Lee down while he's up there in the air spinning around on his drum solos. That's incredible.
Exactly.
And then even though
water, anything you want on him.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. And even though musicians and drummers will still use the technology, Remo didn't just sit back and hang on that one innovation that changed the music industry forever on that synthetic drum head, did he?
No, and I was playing Remo drum heads as a kid, so when I got to this opportunity to work for Remo, and I would then see him and then sit with him in the office, I was like, pinch me every day. And Remo became like a father figure, and one of the things that fascinated me about him was like, he ran his company like he was opening it for the first time every day. He was an entrepreneur till the end. He didn't rest on his laurels. He didn't go to his head that he had this company. The company was still like this extension of when he started his drum shop, Drum City, where he used to work in the back, tinkering around, and that it just became bigger. The factory just became bigger, and he was still that same entrepreneur wanting to move beyond the drum head and creating drums to improve the human condition is which I'm part of, this whole health and wellness division.
Yeah, and that's what I love, because like we said, he created a drum that allowed to kind of made way for the rock and roll drummer as we know it, but then also worked to help drums continue to improve, as you said, the human condition. So we heard in your bio about how you were attracted to this mission of music and its power for healing that brought you to work with Remo, the man Remo and his organization. Can you tell us a little bit about what benefits there are for those who participate in drumming?
So one of the biggest benefits is just the community bonding. People. So we started the RMC. It was actually in North Hollywood. It was going on before I worked there, but we made it like an official full-time place starting in 2003, like open 7 days a week. But what I noticed people coming in, people looking just to connect. And that's what Remo enjoyed. He loved being at the Remo Center, the Recreational Music Center, just to watch the connection between people, the ice breaking. The drums were like the ultimate icebreaker. We drummed, and then people would start talking to each other after. I watched people get married and have kids. I've seen kids grow up from our kids' drum circle. And Remo and his wife, Ami, I would watch them watch the people, and they just loved what the drum, this basic instrument, was doing to connect people. Mm-hmm. And that was and the health benefits. It relieves depression, enhances well-being, boosts cardio, increases energy, all these neurological things that are scientific. But in the end, it's just really people connecting and feeling inclusive, feeling included, feeling like they're part of something and welcomed.
And you're absolutely right. It's one thing if you've got a drum set and you're able to, just kind of bang away and create some rhythm. But then there's something social when a group of people get together. I remember years ago, and we'll talk about it a little bit later on. But Remo and I believe you were probably there as well, Mike, and a couple of folks, because your factory's located right across the street from SCVI. Remo brought a
Right.
bunch of drums over, and a bunch of
Yes.
our students started drumming away. Had a drum circle out there on the yard, and then I remember, gosh, it was a really sad day when Remo passed, and a bunch of our kids then headed across the street over to your place, and we had a drum circle honoring Remo, and it was really a connecting time. It was a time where folks could just really express themselves. I also mentioned in your bio how drumming has been a life raft to you. How's drumming helped you personally? Because I know it goes beyond making music, right?
Yes. So I saw my first drum set at age 5, and that was in 1968, I think. And my dad was a jazz musician, and we went to this pool party, and I saw a drum set, and it was the Holy Grail, and that's all I ever wanted, and I begged for him. So I didn't know anything about rock and roll. I didn't know about bands, and so the drum set was my focus. But then you go through these things like the music business, which can be very emotionally abusive, and being in bands and egos and all these other things that you learn that are great. They're great character builders, life builders, make you a better person. But in the end, it was always just me and the drums, and that's why I still, approaching 60, still play the drums. And through all those, I didn't have like an alpha personality, like the 90% of us, I think, who are insecure and have self-doubts and this inner critic. Life could be a little more difficult. And so drumming helped me just find people, relationships, jobs, friends. And it was because of drums. I got one job and onto another job, and then that led to doing the drum circles. And then someone said, hey, Remo does one in North Hollywood. And the next thing I know, they say, well, we need someone to work here. And 19 years later, I'm so grateful for the drum.
Oh gosh, and you're spreading all of that wellness and benefits as well. One of the protocols that you've shared with educators across Santa Clarita, you've gotten kids involved, including at SCVI, is called Beat the Odds. Can you tell us a little bit about Beat the Odds? What is it that you're doing, and where are you taking this program to?
So this was fascinating because here I am running the Remo Center in North Hollywood, and they have a special event for teachers around Los Angeles County, and in walks Ping Ho, who is an incredible woman and master's degree in public health and all kinds of degrees, honors student at Stanford, and then Giselle Friedman, licensed clinical social worker, and then they asked this, Mike DeMenno over here, drummer, to form a team to help to see what we can bring drumming to youth for social and emotional skill building. And the amazing thing about it was all three of us clicked, and we started working on this, and it was a lot of work, and we put in a lot of time. We worked at schools in the San Fernando Valley, kind of just going through and building this program. And I always say that Giselle and Ping were awesome with and extremely educated, and I was like the drummer that came from, like, I would watch these kids and they would remind me of me. Like I just said earlier, it kind of goes full circle. The self-doubt, the inner critic, feeling excluded, never really feeling a part of the group. So I had a lot of empathy for the kids. So the three of us, all of our personal background just made this program. So Beat the Odds is social and emotional skill building through drumming. And one of the greatest things I noticed when working with these kids for the last 15, 16 years in this program is that some of them have never known that it's okay to be sad, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to have emotions. Like, and I think I grew up that way too. Like, it's not, was it okay to cry? Was it okay to be angry? Was it okay to have a temper? And so we watch kids, were contemplating suicide that no longer did. They felt more connected to their classmates, and that's it right there, feeling connected to your classmates. I went through school, like I always say, feeling like I was on an elevator through life, and to watch a group of kids over 8 weeks do this Beat the Odds program and now feel synergy with their classmates. They feel like they're part of a group. It's just not going to school and going home.
Yeah.
And I recently did a drum circle at God, the name of the school escapes you right now. I have it right here. West Ranch High School.
Oh, yeah.
And when I was done, the teacher said, we need to do this on the first day of school. And I said, exactly. That's what I've been saying for years. Like, Get them connected on the first day.
Yeah.
Make them feel they're included. Don't, especially those that today we're looking for those sitting by themselves. Let's bring them in. Let's put a little extra effort in making everyone feel included and welcomed. And who knows what that does for their schooling, their education, academic-wise. It all excels.
Yeah, and we're seeing now more than ever. No, that's okay. And we're seeing now more than ever, and recent events are letting us know we need to do this sooner rather than later. We need to do it on day 1, not day 50, right? Mike DeMenno with Remo Drums in Valencia. Yes, world-class musician, but he's also got a passion for helping others find wellness through drumming. We're going to talk more about that when we come back and all the different programs that Remo Drums offers. I'm Matt Watson, and this is SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. You're listening to your hometown station, KHTS.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty at Hestia Medical Spa. Select from a large menu of services, including an assortment of fillers that can be used in the face, lips, hands, and a variety of other body parts. Get rid of that double chin with Kybella, an injectable treatment to permanently destroy fat cells under the chin. Hestia Medical Spa also offers Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin to help reduce severe frown lines. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 753-3434 or go online to hestiamedicalspa.com.
Accidents happen, but rest assured Patterson's Collision Center is here to help. Patterson's is a family-owned and operated collision repair facility providing the Santa Clarita Valley with premium collision repairs. Patterson's prides itself on being the only California-certified green repair shop in all of Santa Clarita. They are insurance claim specialists and even offer payment plans for your deductible. For personalized, friendly service, visit pattersonscollisioncenter.com or call 294-1011 and let Patterson's Collision Center help ease your worries today.
Experience Frontier Toyota's all-new hot and exciting Toyota lineup. Serving the Santa Clarita Valley for over 30 years. Frontier Toyota, the Camry, Corolla, and Prius Kings. They're tops in Tacoma and Tundra trucks. Frontier Toyota, the new way of car buying. Shop from home at frontiertoyota.com or visit their showroom at Valencia and Creekside. Discover a whole new car buying experience with your friends at Frontier Toyota.
Dr. Neil Green has been treating Santa Clarita patients and making them smile for over 35 years. As a child, Dr. Green had a fear of the dentist and disliked even simple checkups. Today, he's sensitive to your needs. If you have anxiety about getting a checkup, he understands your apprehension even if you've avoided the dentist for years. Discover the comfort of visiting a dentist with Dr. Neil Green. Dentistry is his profession. People are his focus. NeilGreenDDS.com. That's Neil, N-E-A-L, GreenDDS.com.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. I'm joined this morning by Mike DeMenno with Remo Drums in Valencia. He's helping, well, not just at-risk students, but all students find wellness through drumming. Mike, we were talking before about the Beat the Odds program and how helpful it is. Not just introducing kids to music, so much more than that. It's helping kids build these social emotional connections. It's helping kids feel included. You mentioned one of the high school teachers that you worked with recently said, we need to start doing this on the first day of school. It's that important. Mike, I know you've brought this Beat the Odds program to a lot of our local schools as well. Do you have a list? Do you know what schools or how many schools you've worked with in and around the Valley?
So I've been, I think, almost, I can't remember every one, but at all the school districts, Hart, Sulphur Springs, Newhall, Castaic, Saugus, especially back in 2012 when Remo was offering a grant program and giving drums to the schools. So I've been to more than I can remember, but hundreds and thousands of kids gave like an introductory Beat the Odds program to, and then some of the teachers, including SCVI, took the Beat the Odds training, and did the training, offered the program themselves, drumming with the kids, and still continue to do that this day. And that's really what we try to do, is bring it to the teachers or anyone who's interested, to make it self-sustainable in the school or wherever they want to drum, maybe hospitals, corporations, maybe someone there would like to learn how to facilitate and do this, and it makes it much more sustainable.
You bring up a good point. This is stuff that's helpful in probably hospitals, senior centers, things like that. It's wellness and therapy for anybody, not just kids, right?
Exactly. We're lucky. Remo was the first to have an instrument manufacturing company to have a music therapist full-time, and now we have Ariana Monhay, a full-time music therapist, and she's credited now to working with Henry Mayo and hospitals around Los Angeles. The elderly is a huge part of my what I do is I connect people to live-in care facilities to get drum circles. My phone rings off the hook with elderly care.
I bet. And, you mentioned not just doing one time, a single assembly that kids will remember for a while, but bringing the sustainability where you're training teachers and you're bringing the program and then leaving it in the school so that they can continue the great work that you're doing. And Remo was always so generous, and so is his wife, Ami, and I know you all have donated drums. You've made it very easy for schools to acquire drums. I don't think I've been to a community event lately where there hasn't been at least one of the world-class Remo drums up for auction that y'all have donated. You mentioned your work that you do with SCVI. I know you've had a very special partnership with SCVI over the years. Do you remember all the different programs that you've provided at our school?
Yeah, so we've done one of the great things just recently. We loaned drums for Black History Month, and they had a wonderful event. And one of the teachers who came to our kids' drum circle, just from watching me back in the day, she borrowed the drums and she trial by fire, which is what we usually all start at, and had a wonderful drum session with them. And then Remo has been honored by SCVI for his contribution to the school.
Yes, he was.
They've offered us to do documentaries on Remo. We were over there filming. So it's this great relationship. We have a head of education, Bruce Jacoby, was part of the music department over there, lending his time, teaching kids. And it's just a great partnership to have them right across the street. Yeah,
right across the street. It works out great that we're such close neighbors, but also so very like-minded in seeing the importance of the arts and social emotional wellness. So y'all have been a wonderful partner for us. Now I know you continue to expand this amazing program, Beat the Odds, but you've got some other programs with Remo that you guys offer as well. Can you explain what are some of the other drumming programs you guys have?
Yeah, so Beat the Odds, we're focusing on kids from like 3rd to 8th grade, but for 25 years now, one of the leading programs that's in 26 countries all over the world is called Health Rhythms, and that was started by a neurologist, Dr. Barry Bittman, and Remo's, we had a music therapist at the time working with us, Christine Stevens, and Health Rhythms is a program that to reduce stress, improve mood, strengthen the immune system, like the science shows. If we want to go into all the technical things, like our stress levels can be reduced, our immune system can be boosted, natural killer cells can be increased, on all through drumming. So that's what the science shows. The crossing the hemispheres in the brain, going through both sides with the corpus callosum, the space between the two brains gets fired up, and that's a big deal, is cross hemispheres in the brain. So Health Rhythms gets more into the science and teaches facilitators how to bring this into hospitals, all ages, elderly, nurses who are facing burnout, corporations that are looking for more team building, more synergy. So it runs the gamut from children to seniors for Health Rhythms.
We're talking to Mike DeMenno from Remo Drums. Yes, he's a great drummer, but he works more on the wellness side of drumming and bringing wellness programs to our schools and different organizations around town. Mike, the last few years have been dominated by COVID. It seems to have affected everything we do, and still continues to do so in some regard. When the pandemic hit, I think you guys probably at the Recreational Music Center had to close to the public. But like a lot of other organizations, right? And I still hear Russ's voice in my head. You pivot, right? You pivot, and
Right.
the Recreational Music Center found ways to do just that, to pivot and connect with people and still serve its audience during the pandemic. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I remember that day when we went on lockdown, and
Yep.
that following Monday, most of us were all laid off, and there was uncertainty for all of
man.
us. And a gentleman by the name of John Fitzgerald, who I took his position. He semi-retired, but a mentor of mine. He was brought in, and this was like June of 2020, and I heard he was doing these online drum circles, and I thought, there's no way online drum circle, that's not going to work. I was pessimistic, I have to admit. And then my first day back, luckily, we have a wonderful president, Robert Shen, called me up and said, hey, Mike, we'd like to have you back. We got to continue this health and wellness side of Remo. And they developed this program called Rhythm, Wellness, and You. And that's through John. They started these online drum circles. And when my first day back, part of my job was just to attend that and check it out. And I was amazed at the connection. Again, it goes back to that word, the connection that these people are having, even on a computer screen, just being part of something. And it wasn't about the drumming. And sometimes it really is never about the drumming. That's the funny part. It's what it brings and what it does. And it was amazing, and I was hooked, and it took me a while to get the technology down and get my nerves settled, but I now facilitate these online drum circles, and they reach people all over the world. That's the amazing part, and we've made so many friends all over the world because they join us from Australia and Japan and Europe. We have a monthly Euro drum circle, and so it's really made this connection worldwide. That would have never happened.
Yeah, and I love that so many people, but including yourselves, saw the pandemic as an opportunity not to shut down and close things down and start limiting things, but saw the pandemic as an opportunity to open up, to expand, and then continue moving that forward. That's kind of a beautiful, lemons into lemonade kind of thing. But now the RMC is back. I'm sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, so the key word, opportunity. That's what we say all the time. We just had to take the opportunities we had.
There you go. And speaking of opportunity, now you've got the opportunity. The RMC has reopened. You're right here in Santa Clarita. So tell us about the Family Rhythm Circle. What are you guys doing with the Family Rhythm Circle, and how do folks sign up? Who do you think would enjoy attending? When is it? Do you need drumming experience? What's this all about?
Okay. So we started the Saturday morning kids drum circle in North Hollywood back in 2004, I think, because we just noticed all these kids coming to our. Basically, it was family night, and all these little kids were coming. We thought we should do something for them, so we started that, and then that grew to we were doing 2 on Saturdays, and then thanks to Ami Belly, she said, look, let's keep this going, and they took a part of the factory, and it's used for many different things. So one of the things we do is have this Saturday morning kids drum circle, and anyone can show up. It's free, and it's family oriented, but we focus on the little ones. But we find that some of the adults get more therapy or more fun out of it than the kids. And we have a blast, and we've noticed over the years, like I said earlier, we see their confidence, their self-esteem. All these things happen because we have a thing called a segment called Open Mic, where the kids can come up and sing on the microphone. And just that alone, those baby steps they take to get towards the microphone, is like this personal growth workshop they can have every Saturday. And some don't want to do it. But and just to be creative, we say it's the complete opposite of sit down, don't touch, be quiet. Complete opposite. They get to explore, they get to try things. We're not trying to teach them anything that they have to play back to us. They get to really just like a jazz musician. Mm-hmm. It's really the epitome of self-expression, where you just here's an instrument. Let's see what you can do with it. And we hear a lot of incredible things. And we have parents just tell us how much better their kids are doing socially or in school. We've had parents tell us it saved their marriage coming to the kids' drum circle. So a lot to be said for it.
Wow.
And that's on Saturdays, 10:30 to 11:15.
Okay.
And best way to reach us for that is you go to rhythmwellnessu.com. rhythmwellnessu.com. You scroll to the bottom of the page there. It talks about our online drum circles, and at the bottom it talks about the kids' drum circle.
So Rhythm Wellness U, is that the U as in the letter or YOU?
YOU.
Okay. Rhythmwellnessu.com.
Rhythmwellnessu.com, yeah.
Okay.
And at the bottom it talks about the kids' drum circle, and if you could probably just Google it too, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
And it's every Saturday, 10:30 to 11:15, and we supply mask and hand sanitizer, and the drums are all cleaned before and after, and the mallets and the shakers, everything. And so far, we reopened on May 14th, and so it's been going. It really is one of the most magical musical experiences. I've had the drummer from Def Leppard. We did a birthday party with us. The bass player from 311, and they were both said it was like one of the best musical experiences they've ever had. It's just being at a kid's drum circle.
That is fantastic, Mike. This is incredible, and you can't beat the price. You said it's free, open for families, Saturday morning at 10:30. Just go to rhythmwellnessu.com for more information, and then it's right there in your factory here in Valencia, right off or right on Hasley Canyon there, right off the New Hall Ranch Road.
Exactly, just up in that industrial area up there, not too far from downtown Valencia, and it's a magical experience. Usually every week there's something just incredible, and people walk out just feeling inspired and filled with just joy and love, and it's really cool.
And if you're into drums and rock and roll, it's right there in the factory. What a great setting right there where you guys are making drums for guys like Lars Ulrich from Metallica, Travis Barker. Yes. Oh my gosh, what an incredible setting.
Yeah, you see that the Remo crown is our logo, and pretty much you turn on go to any concert or marching band or something, chances are you're going to see the Remo logo. And I was just, Remo the person was a mentor of mine, and I'm just so grateful. One of the greatest experiences of my life to be under his mentorship as a person and as a boss.
Yeah. Mike, we're grateful for you and Remo and Ami as well for everything that you've done for our community, for your generosity and everything you've done for our school at SCVI. Mike DeMenno with Remo Drums in Valencia. He's manager of the Remo Recreational Music Center, using drums to make music and help others find their rhythm in life. Mike, thanks so much for joining me. We appreciate it. You have a great weekend, sir.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure and an honor.
Take care. I'm Matt Watson. Bye. You're listening to SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. We'll be right back on your hometown station, KHTS.
No doubt about it. LA is an awesome place to live. But even while living in the land of beaches and mountains, it's safe to say that we could all use a real vacation right about now. One where you don't have to stop for gas, cook your own meals, or strip your own sheets. Lucky for us, Princess Cruises has a port right here in LA. Now, for a limited time, LA residents can sail with Princess from just $89 per day to the beaches of Mexico, the tropics of Hawaii, or cruise along the California coast without getting stuck in traffic. That's right, just $89 per day. And while these great destinations aren't going anywhere, these deals won't be around forever. So visit princess.com, call 1-800-PRINCESS, or contact your travel advisor to book your cruise today. Set sail with LA's cruise line, Princess Cruises. Terms and restrictions apply. Promotional pricing ends November 30th, 2021. Ships are Bermudan and British registry. Before booking, consult the CDC website at www.cdc.gov.
Hey, Ned, what's with the cape and tights again? Didn't the boss tell you about that?
No, this time I'm really a Pacific Air hero. I'm flying around keeping our customers cool with our WOW AC tune-up. It's Super Ned to the rescue!
Get in the truck, Ned. Well, we're not letting Ned run around in tights.
But we are saving people every day.
Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
We're saving people from a hot, miserable home caused by an aging or broken AC system.
When you call Pacific Air, we know your time is precious. So we promise on-time service to save you time.
And right now, with every WOW AC tune-up, we will disinfect and sanitize the inside of your heating and air system free. We think you'll say,
when you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Schedule your WOW AC tune-up now, just $77, and we'll sanitize your heating and air system free. No surprises, just exceptional service, because nobody cares like Pacific Air. Details at pacair.com.
Helping lead the way to a greener future, all of Burtech's Santa Clarita Valley waste collection trucks run on clean-burning natural gas. Burtech takes pride in their community, and they've been serving the SCV for nearly 2 decades. Because at Burtech, we'll take care of it.
Summer. Trips to the beach, barbecues, taking classes.
Wait, did you say taking classes?
Yeah, College of the Canyons has a great selection of summer classes starting in June and July.
I'm traveling this summer and I don't want to take in-person classes.
Both online and on-campus options are offered.
Well, I don't have a lot of money to spend.
COC is only $46 per unit.
Wow, I never realized how beneficial taking a summer class at COC could be.
Visit canyons.edu/schedule and get ready, reset, go summer.
Many families face a new challenge. Childcare has forced one parent out of the workforce. Otter has created a solution. Otter is a childcare marketplace that connects Santa Clarita parents who need childcare with stay-at-home parents who can care for your kids alongside their own. Otter unlocks the ability for those parents to earn money and provide badly needed childcare for our valley. Otter connects you with your neighbors. Register for free at withotter.com. Withotter.com. Otter, childcare that feels like family.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVI and iLEAD School's Eye on the Valley. And let's celebrate the holidays, everybody. That's right. That's right. If you're a regular to Eye on the Valley, you know how much I love the holidays. Love to celebrate, and I don't even need to wait until the wintertime to enjoy the holidays.
Oh, I see what's going on.
Yeah. Every day's a holiday. That's right, so let's celebrate. It is Friday, June 10th, 2022, middle of the holiday season. That's right. And today is, you wonder what holiday it is? Well, boy, do I have a great one for you. Today is... Yeah, today is National Ballpoint Pen Day. That's right. You've been waiting all year long. There's Engineer Carlos with his ballpoint pen, taking notes on what this wacky DJ is doing. You know, I love the feel of a good ballpoint pen. So celebrate the day, everybody. Write somebody a nice handwritten note today with a smooth, rich ballpoint pen. And not only is it Ballpoint Pen Day, it is also... Speaking of mistletoeing, today is National Herbs and Spices Day. National Herbs and Spices. Yeah, this is a real thing, Patty. It is a holiday. It is National Herbs and Spices Day today. That's right, June 10th. You are so you're thinking about what to make for dinner tonight, right? You're wondering what should I make? Well, I tell you what. Open up the pantry, pull out the spice rack, challenge yourself to keep up with the Colonel. You know, the Colonel likes to brag that he uses 11 herbs and spices in his chicken every day. How about you? Can you one up the Colonel? So think about it. Dig through that spice rack and see how you can take that chicken and really, really zest it up today. So, in fact, do you make egg rolls? You know, I'm thinking there's got to be at least 11 herbs and spices that go into egg rolls. Does anybody make homemade egg rolls? You know, my best friend in elementary school. His mother used to make homemade egg rolls, and he would trade me for my drab bologna sandwich. Loved it. It is National Egg Roll Day. That's right. It is National Egg Roll Day. So if you got a recipe, I'm sure there's at least 11 herbs and spices that go into those egg rolls. But if you know, you're thinking it's Friday and you're just kind of ready to motor into the weekend and you want to pick up dinner, pick up some egg rolls and celebrate National Egg Roll Day with us. So yeah, some spicy, herby egg roll. Herby? Yeah, that's a
herby.
Herby. That's a name.
Herby.
That's a word, right?
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. And what about for dessert, right? You've got your nice spicy herby egg rolls. You know you've written it down on your list with your ballpoint pen. But what are you gonna do for dessert after those egg rolls? Well, today is National Black Cow Day. Patty, do you know what a black cow is?
It's just a cow with black fur?
No. See, it's A black cow is a delicious dessert. You make it by scooping a couple of scoops of vanilla ice cream into a mug and pouring root beer over the top. Yeah, Patty, you may know it as a root beer float.
I love root beer floats.
Yeah. Well, the original name of a root beer float is black cow. That's what it was originally named when that recipe was come up with.
I thought that'd be like kind of chocolatey, really.
Well, you can use chocolate ice cream, and you don't necessarily have to use root beer. You can pour it's typically a darker soda, so you can pour, cola over vanilla ice cream. You can do a Coke float, or you can use chocolate ice cream, any flavor ice cream you want. But traditionally, a black cow is made with vanilla ice cream and root beer.
Huh.
And now, finally, Friday is the perfect day to be celebrating National Movie Night. That's right.
Of course.
Today is National Movie Night, so maybe after your egg rolls and your black cow, you can head on out to one of the local theaters. We've got some great theaters in town. Patty, have you been? I know it's not brand new, but it's still new-ish. Mm-hmm. It's got that new theater smell. Mm-hmm. The Lemley Theater. Have you been over there yet?
I have, yeah.
All right, cool. Well, they've got some great movies that they're playing out there today. And as a matter of fact, they've got a couple of 80s and 90s update movies for you. They've got the new Jurassic Park. They've got the new Top Gun. Have you seen that one yet, Patty?
No, I have not.
Okay, I'm hearing great things. I'm hearing it's one of the best movies of all time. Huh. So I don't know. And if you're not into the Top Gun or the Jurassic Park, Patty, they've got something for you. I think they've got that new comic book movie out there.
Oh.
I know you like the guys running around in their pajamas. Yep.
I do like Marvel and DC.
There you go. And they've got is it a Marvel movie? I just saw Universe in the title.
Oh yeah, it's that's Doctor Strange been out for a bit.
Oh, has it?
Yes.
Sorry, I missed my Spider-Man movies. So, but the one I'm looking forward to, I might head down there tonight for, again, National Movie Night. They're showing Benediction. That one looks really good. World War I movie, a soldier who grapples with PTSD and uses poetry to help him and others get through. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So yeah, it is National Movie Night coming up here real soon. So yeah, enjoy the holiday, everyone. Use your ballpoint pen. Write that nice note for someone before you use all them herbs and spices to make your egg rolls. Suck down a black cow and then head off to the movies. Happy National Ballpoint Pen, Herbs and Spices, Egg Roll, Black Cow, and...
Moms, dads, this is Cardin Ellis, owner of Unipest. If your house has ants, spiders, or gophers, or you want a free orange oil termite inspection, you have to call Unipest Termite and Pest Control, Santa Clarita's only factory-certified orange oil pest control company. We specialize in organic, low-impact, and traditional pest control options that are all kid-friendly, pet-friendly, and affordable with no contracts, and we're SCV-owned and operated. Call us at 661-BUG-7575 or visit unipest.com.
Why did Mercedes-Benz of Valencia win the Dealer of Excellence Award in 2019?
Because we strive to provide the most outstanding sales experience.
Mercedes-Benz of Valencia COO Chris Paz.
We know you have high expectations. Our stellar team will meet and exceed your expectations. That's why we were named Mercedes Best of the Best, placing us in the top 10% of all Mercedes dealers nationwide.
Find out how you can lease a new Mercedes for unbelievably low monthly payments. Details at mbzvalencia.com.
Santa Clarita has a new singing sensation, Terrell Edwards.
100% giving it your all and nothing.
Terrell Edwards opening at Santa Clarita's Canyon Club for the Super 70s group Ambrosia.
That's how much I feel for you, baby.
Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards at the Canyon Club Santa Clarita, Saturday, June 18th. Ambrosia and Terrell Edwards. Reserve your tickets now at hometownstation.com/Ambrosia.
You already know Salt Creek Grill has the best food in our valley. Well, now you can have Salt Creek's gourmet meals catered to your event.
I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. I'd like to introduce you to a new level of catering, featuring our catering director, Tamara Levine.
Salt Creek Grill creates memorable experiences, which leaves our clients and guests with a sense of awe and excitement. From menu development to picturesque presentation, you'll enjoy culinary excellence and creative catering.
Salt Creek Grill, a new level of catering.
Not everyone can achieve the results like a law firm that's successfully been in business for 44 years, recovering over $10 billion for accident victims. I'm Susan Owen, mother of 6, wife of 23 years, and managing partner of personal injury law firm Owen Patterson & Owen. If you or a loved one has been injured, call 888-OPO-WINS, and we do. 888-OPO-WINS or opolaw.com.
KHTS AM 1220 and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 9 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
Even worse than expected for inflation-weary Americans. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. 1981, that's the last time inflation jumped by this much in a year, up 8.6% in May compared to a year ago. And the monthly jump from April was also bigger than expected, up 1%, as gas prices continue to set records and food prices soar as well.
Meat prices up 12.3%. Eggs are up 32.2%. Fish and seafood up 12.2%. Milk is up 15.9%.
Fox Business's Edward Lawrence, this putting more pressure on the Fed and rattling the markets. The Dow's down 751 points, and the Fed says credit card balances are up 15% from a year ago.
Research from the Bank of America Institute shows for households making below $50,000, spending on gas reached nearly 10% of all spending on credit and debit cards in the last week of May, up from 7.5% in February, squeezing out other buys like furniture, electronics, and home improvement. But Bank of America customers spending on plane tickets, hotels, and entertainment still on the rise.
Fox's Therese Crowley. One of the last remaining COVID mandates for travelers is being lifted by the Biden administration.
A requirement international travelers flying to the U.S. take a COVID test a day before the flight will end this weekend, regardless of citizenship. The Centers for Disease Control has determined that rule is no longer necessary, but the agency will reevaluate the need for the testing requirement every 90 days, and it could be reinstated.
Fox's Jared Halpern in Washington. The testing requirement for international travelers will end this Sunday morning. The CDC just holding a monkeypox briefing with 45 cases now found in the U.S., more than 1,300 globally, but health officials still emphasizing it spreads mainly through direct physical contact. America is listening to Fox News.
I tend to second-guess dinners with friends because they're often interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit Creon.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON.com.
The Summit of the Americas winds down today in Los Angeles.
President Biden says the U.S., along with other Latin American countries, are going to be making a joint announcement later today when it comes to immigration. They're calling it the Los Angeles Declaration. Critics point out the president is waiting until the last day of the summit to address migration. Mexico's president decided against coming after Cuba, Nicaragua, and Venezuela were excluded. And so did the leaders of El Salvador, Honduras, and Guatemala. Now, the president will have his plate very full. Not only will he be addressing immigration, but he's going to be talking about inflation at the Port of Los Angeles.
Fox's Jeff Paul in L.A. The president accusing shipping companies of potential price gouging amid renewed concern about supply chain issues, including congestion, as China lifts its latest COVID lockdowns. It's paradise with an awful past, which is making this pricey real estate a tough sell.
Jeffrey Epstein's two islands, notoriously referred to as Pedophile Island, are having a hard time scoring a buyer. The U.S. Virgin Islands were listed together in March for $125 million, but are now going for $55 million apiece. An attorney for Epstein's estate told the New York Post that all the money from the properties will go to resolving outstanding lawsuits and the cost of the estate's operations. Epstein was found dead at a New York detention center in August of 2019 while awaiting trial on federal sex trafficking charges. He was accused of flying underage girls to the island to sexually abuse. Gianna Gelosi, Fox News.
Epstein's longtime companion, Ghislaine Maxwell, was convicted in a sex trafficking trial and is due for sentencing later this month. Recapping Wall Street, the Dow down 739, the S&P also tumbling more than 2%, the NASDAQ dropping more than 3%. But oil prices under $120 a barrel. I'm Lisa Brady. This is Fox News.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks are sinking as investors react to the latest numbers on inflation, showing rates hit a 40-year high in May. That's when the Consumer Price Index report came in at its highest level since 1981, dashing a lot of hopes that the Fed would ease up on interest rate hikes. Inflation rose 8.6% last month compared to the year before, higher than expected. Also, the month-over-month increase was higher than expected, coming in at 1%. On Wall Street, some hard-hit stocks include Netflix, on a downgrade from Goldman Sachs, and chip giant Nvidia. There's been an uptick in balances on credit cards and similar loans. They grew 15% as of May from a year before, and this means big banks could get an earnings boost as cardholders reportedly incur interest charges instead of paying them off. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Lillian Wu, invested in you.
Is your current home loan the right fit for you? Rising home values mean that you could have more home equity than you might imagine. And if you're considering a refi, an expertly chosen loan from Loan Depot could save you thousands. Ask about their smart term loans, cash out, and over 300 loan options to find just the right mortgage loan for you. Call now, 866-888-LOAN, or go to loandepot.com. Loan Depot, where home means everything. Rates are subject to change. Equal housing opportunity lender. NMLS number 174457. Licensed in all 50 states.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260 CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
SCVI is a tuition-free TK through 12 charter school that gives your child boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely. We offer a customized learning program built around your child's unique interests and strengths, with the only international baccalaureate program in all of Santa Clarita. Our approach keeps students and families in step no matter where your learning is taking place. Be empowered to make your mark on the world at SCVI. To take a tour or enroll now in our one-of-a-kind program, visit iLEADSantaClarita.org. iLEAD Schools, free to think, inspired to lead.
La Esmeralda is home to truly authentic Mexican food. This family-owned restaurant prides itself on its fresh-to-order menu. Even the tortillas are made in-house. If you have a taste for sizzling fajitas, flautas, or menudo, you have to try La Esmeralda's Mexican and Seafood Restaurant. Dine in or order out for the most authentic Mexican food Santa Clarita has to offer. Their Taco Tuesdays, it'll turn you into a regular. La Esmeralda on Bouquet at Haskell.
Traffic brought to you by Frontier Toyota. Frontier Toyota reminds you to drive safely. Shop from home at frontiertoyota.com or visit their showroom on Valencia and Creekside. See their all-new, hot and exciting Toyota Camry. Frontier Toyota, the Camry Kings.
Helping lead the way to a greener future, all of Burtech's Santa Clarita Valley waste collection trucks run on clean-burning natural gas. Burtech takes pride in their community, and they've been serving the SCV for nearly 2 decades. Because at Burtech, we'll take care of it.
Right now, as you're listening to this, the last thing on your mind is needing a plumber.
Whitaker Plumbing understands.
That's why we want you to store this in the for later use file in your brain.
Whitaker Plumbing will handle all emergencies.
Your toilet won't stop running?
Call Whitaker.
Your sink is dripping?
Call Whitaker.
Your garbage disposal sounds funky?
Whitaker will handle it.
Upgrading your water heater? All your plumbing services with one call.
Whitaker Plumbing. Whitaker with 1T Plumbing, SCV.com.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson. I am your host, and you're listening to SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. My next guests today are joining me from the campus of iLEAD Agua Dulce. Have you been to iLEAD Agua Dulce? Have you seen the campus? It is the absolute most amazing school that you could ever imagine. This sprawling campus in Agua Dulce has tons of room for kids to learn, explore, and play. They use a rich project-based learning curriculum that takes advantage of their learners' natural curiosity and creativity to teach them not only the rigorous state standards, but the real-world skills that lead to lifelong leadership. And this year, they've added over a dozen new learners that have the rest of the learners really excited. Most of these new learners on campus, however, have 4 legs. Joining me to talk about this is School Director Lisa Latimer, Facilitator, that's what we call our teachers, Grace Wells, and some 3rd grade learners, Jack, Charlie, and Adriana. Welcome to Eye on the Valley, everybody.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Good. Lisa, since you're feeling talkative this morning, let's go ahead and start with you. The story of iLEAD Agua Dulce is an interesting one, and I know you enjoyed telling it. So before we get to our new 4-legged fuzzy learners on campus, can you tell us about your school and how iLEAD Agua Dulce came to be?
Yes, I was actually the director at iLEAD's founding school, SCVI in Castaic. And there was a community, an Agua Dulce community of parents who sought out iLEAD to open up a campus on an existing campus that has been here for a very long time. And they really liked iLEAD. They loved the philosophy and really wanted it in their area. As the school in Agua Dulce had closed down, the previous school, that was the only school in Agua Dulce. Mm-hmm. So we wrote up our charter, and within 8 weeks of our charter approval, we opened up our school. So it was very, very quick and amazing because I love telling the story of wondering how we were going to get the campus to where we want it to be to make it something that was beautiful and an experience for kids. And in 8 weeks, and we had a school beautification day. We thought maybe 10 families might come out because we hadn't really met anyone yet. Mm-hmm. And we had probably over 100 families and learners here.
Oh my gosh.
And they all brought their power washers and paintbrushes and weed whackers. And it was absolutely amazing to see a community pull together to ensure the success of the school. And even though that was 4 years ago, it hasn't stopped. We have such an amazing family community here that we're really proud of, and it helps to make our campus thrive.
Yeah, and you talk about being a community school. I understand some of those families that came to help get your school, the physical part of your school, ready for that first day, didn't even have children, didn't have kids that they were enrolling in the school. They just knew that this was still their school and came out to help out, right?
Absolutely. We have amazing garden beds down at our lower lot, and we had a bunch of community people, just like you said, they don't have kids here. They helped clear out the garden beds, put in new soil, get it ready so the kids could start planting. They came and also helped paint it and did whatever was necessary to ensure that the school was going to open on time in the way that we wanted. So when I talk about community, it's the entire community of Agua Dulce and Acton and our families.
Yeah, so beautiful. Grace, let's get to know you a little bit. So as I mentioned, we refer to you as a facilitator, not a teacher, and that's not because I've had people challenge me. Oh, that's because they're not credentialed, or not true at all. Our teachers are fully credentialed. We just call them facilitators because they take the education and put it in our kids' hands. Grace, let's talk about you. How did you come to join iLEAD? How'd you find us, and what grade do you work with?
Hi, Matt. Good morning.
Hello.
So I came to iLEAD through Grizz, and then she recommended me to do the Star Search program.
So let me pause right there.
Which was wonderful.
Let me pause you right there. Gris is someone who works in our student support department, and she's been with us since, I think, year one. And Grace just says Gris because everybody in our organization knows who Gris is. So Gris suggested that you come to Star Search.
Yeah, and so I did that with you guys, which I thought was wonderful because I felt like you guys got to know me as a whole. And so that's kind of how I came across iLEAD and got to know the program and what you guys do here. And then this year I am currently facilitating third grade.
Third grade, third grade was always one of my favorite grades. I started out teaching third grade for about 6 years. So let me talk to some of your third graders. Let's get to it. Jack, I want to talk to you first. I'm obviously referring to, I want to talk to you about the animals. That's right, animals that you have on your campus. And yeah, I know a lot of the classes there at iLEAD Agua Dulce have guinea pigs in the classroom. You have class pets. But that's not what we're talking about, is it, Jack? What other types of animals do you have there on campus?
Well, we have three donkeys, actually. One alpaca, 2 goats, and we have a couple bunnies, 2 pigs, and
You've
2
got
emus, 3 chickens.
Uh-huh. And did you mention the cows? You've got a couple of cows?
Yes, 2 cows.
Cows,
A lot of animals.
cows, goats, pigs, chickens, emus. This sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Jack, where did all these animals come from?
We do a rescue. So we rescue the animals from wherever. The donkeys we rescue from Texas. And we raise the money so we do a photo shoot to raise money to rescue the animals and take care of them and buy them good food and water.
So when you say we rescue them, is that the school that does the rescuing, or is that something that you and your family do?
It's me and my mom and my sister.
Okay, so this is something that you do through your family, and you reach out and rescue these animals. What do you rescue them from? What are they in danger of, bud?
Most of the animals, they get rescued from Texas, and some people don't want them, so they go into, kill pens, and so we take them and we take good care of them, and then we bring them here.
Right, because you can't just keep taking more and more and more animals into your home, and so you found that your school is able to take a lot of them in and take care of them, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. Charlie, I want to talk to you for a second because you, Charlie, have developed a pretty special relationship with a couple of the animals on campus. They're all so cute, but Charlie, which ones are your favorite?
My 2 favorites are the pigs, Petunia and Link.
Oh my goodness, Petunia and Link, what cute names. I love the pigs so much as well. I met Petunia at the beginning of the year and just absolutely fell in love with her. Charlie, why do you like the pigs so much?
I love them so much because I've always wanted a pet pig, and now I feel like they're my pets, and I feel like they're like mine. I love them so much.
Well, and they are yours, but they also belong to all the rest of the learners and the staff at iLEAD Agua Dulce. You do love them so much, but you've also been a really good, I guess pet owner, we might say. You've been teaching them quite a bit. What have you taught those pigs?
I've taught the pigs, one of them how to sit, stay, and come. And my other friend has taught the other pig how to seek, which she's going to try to find treats now. Yes.
Oh, like play hide and seek. Oh, that is so cute. That is so cute. Now, Adriana, I understand that you have a special role or job there on campus. What's your responsibility in regards to these animals, Adriana?
You have to clean out their stalls, give them water, keep on brushing them.
Okay, so you have to take care of the animals, and you and all the other kids kind of, you don't really take turns. It's just whoever's there does it. But I heard that you train the other learners.
Yeah, I teach them how to walk and clean their stalls.
Oh, okay. So you teach the other kids how to take care of them properly, because if they don't know, then we could end up doing some damage or not do a good job taking care of them. Is it hard to teach the other kids, or do you find that that's easy?
The first time was kind of hard.
Mm-hmm.
Second time getting easier and easier.
Okay. And Adriana, which one of the animals do you like the most? Do you have a favorite?
I like the chickens the most.
You like the chickens the most. You guys actually have a chicken coop there. Do the chickens stay in the chicken coop? Because that thing was empty for quite a while.
It's the it's the pigs.
You like the pigs?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, the pigs stay in the chicken coop.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay. Okay, I get it. So you guys are kind of multifunctional there. Grace, I want to ask you a couple of questions because it's obviously fun, right? Who wouldn't want a miniature cow or a couple of donkeys, some goats, and those adorable pigs on their school campus? I know the kids have fun walking them, taking care of them, playing with them. This is obviously a lot of fun, and kids look forward to coming to school. But how does working with the animals benefit a learner's well-being, Grace?
Oh my goodness, in so many ways, Matt. I cannot tell you the collaboration, teamwork, communication that goes into the management of these animals, because that's really what it comes down to. And my third graders are the ones managing and running these programs. So it really benefits them in so many, I think, more social, emotional ways than anything. But as a facilitator, you always find ways to sneak that, academic engagement in. But for me, I think as the year's coming to an end, I've seen so much growth socially, emotionally from these kiddos, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, it's funny. Even just a few years ago, oftentimes we would have thought of those things as soft skills, or important, but not as important as the math and the science and the reading. But because of everything going on with the pandemic and things like that, folks have started to focus more on how important our learners' social and emotional well-being is, and then the things that you talked about, collaboration, communication, cooperation, those are not soft skills. Those are hard, marketable skills that employers are demanding. And then you said you sneak in the academic time, because I know families might worry about that. Well, if they're out there taking care of the cows all day long, are they learning? But you're using this to benefit their learning, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's just been so many wonderful things that have come out of it. But I think for our third grade class too, community, like it's really deepened and strengthened the community and leadership skills within the learners. So yeah, it's been fantastic.
And then Lisa, I know the learners have also just kind of, I mentioned you have a project-based learning school, which fosters what we call inquiry, right? Where kids learn what they have to learn because we set the stage for it. The animals help set the stage for learning as well. Kids have kind of figured out, hey, we need to come together and organize ourselves to better take care of the animals. I'm talking about the campus beautification team that kind of created itself on your campus. Can you talk a little bit about that campus beautification club?
Absolutely. And this stems from getting all of the animals. Our fourth graders really took it upon themselves to create their own project, and that was on the care of the animals, what the animals can and cannot eat, what works best with the animals, a lot about their behavior, and they put together a whole catalog and how-to book so they could make copies and pass it out to all of our learners. And from that, they knew that trash was a big part of the detriment to animals, is eating plastic sandwich bags or chip bags that are out there. And so they created a school beautification club and they opened it up to all of the kids in the school. They set forth their own schedule, and they clean up every single day the best that they can to ensure that the trash from lunch and recess do not blow into the cages of the animals and harm them. So when Grace said that it's created a sense of community, it's created a sense of community not only within the third grade class, but within the entire school. And our third graders are really our main caretakers for the animals, just because it's something that they are so engaged with. But all of our kiddos from all grade levels have different responsibilities with the animals. They take it upon themselves, and then over the weekends, our families come to maintain the water and the food and ensure that the goats and the cows and the donkeys get some exercise in while we are getting ready to build a barn, some enclosures for our animals to really make it a solid program for the entire school.
I love that, and I love that the kids just kind of naturally noticed, right? Goats will eat anything, but is it good for them to eat anything? No, it's not. So we got to keep these things out of their way, and it just, like I said, naturally builds that learning, understanding, and cooperation and responsibility into all of this. We're talking to Jack, Charlie, and Adriana this morning. They're all third graders at iLEAD Agua Dulce. Lisa Latimer is their director. Grace Wells is their facilitator. I am Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVI and iLEAD Schools' Eye on the Valley. We'll be right back with more from these amazing third graders and the creatures that they're taking care of on their campus here on your hometown station, KHTS.
Sciatica flaring up again? Even after therapy, decompression, or surgery, discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to get rid of sciatica for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Pilecki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor and functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpilecki.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
There's a new fine dining restaurant in Santa Clarita, Reyes Winery on Main. Feast in their beautifully designed 3-story building. You'll relax and enjoy the views up on Santa Clarita's only patio rooftop wine bar and dining in the center of Old Town Newhall. Experience Reyes Winery on Main's ultra-premium wines while enjoying fresh-caught seafood, premium steaks, or their signature lobster pappardelle pasta. The new Reyes Patio Rooftop Wine Bar and dining is unlike anything else in our valley. Details at reyeswineryonmain.com.
Marston's Restaurant has been a Pasadena landmark, voted the best breakfast in California by the Food Network magazine. Discover Marston's Santa Clarita location, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Marston's also has a fantastic catering menu that adds a delicious twist to any event. And they cater picnic dinners for that memorable romantic date. Experience Marston's on Newhall Ranch Road and McBean, or log on to marstonsrestaurant.com.
Want to laugh at TMJ and that obscenely overpriced bike guard? Discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to stop TMJ for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Pilecki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor and functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpilecki.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
It's painful when your teenager in your household is out of control. Out of control behavior is your teen's way of telling you something is wrong. Sometimes the reason for your teen's out of control behavior is so personal and tragic your teen would never tell you or anyone else. Actions speak louder than words. Action Drug Rehab can help. With compassionate individual counseling, group sessions, and family support, Action Drug Rehab has been caring for thousands of Santa Clarita teens for decades. Visit actiondrugrehab.com. Get help now.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVI and iLEAD Schools' Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and I'm joined this morning by Lisa Latimer, director of iLEAD Agua Dulce Charter School, Grace Wells, third grade facilitator, and 3 of her learners, Jack, Charlie, and Adriana. So, Jack, let's get back to the responsibility that this takes, having live animals on your campus. What are the responsibilities involved with, because you mentioned before we went to commercial, you and your family help bring most of these animals to the campus, but it's a big responsibility on you and the other learners. What responsibility does it take to have all these animals on campus?
Well, you have to give them the right food and the right water, and I teach the learners how to walk and handle the animals.
Okay.
And cleaning up it takes a lot of responsibilities.
I can imagine. And gosh, it probably takes a lot of food. You know, Lisa, that's something that I hadn't thought about. Is this something that you build into the school's budget, buying food for all these different animals you've got around campus?
Partially in our budget, but mostly our parents are so amazing. They donate hay that we need, salt licks. Monetarily, they also donate because we have a veterinarian come out every month to do a wellness check on the animals. So it's a lot of donations that we get from our families because they also see the benefits of it. And Charlie and her group of friends did something to help with the animals too. Do you want to tell them?
Well,
So
absolutely,
what me and my friends did, we are trying to raise money for Jack's animals and for the pigs. We are trying to give them a really pretty house for them.
You're remodeling the pig's house.
Yes.
Okay, you doing like kitchen countertops and refacing the cabinets and things like that?
Yes.
Okay, terrific. So you said I think the pigs are in, they occupy the chicken coop. Is that the one out there on the main campus, or are they still staying with the on the kindergarten playground?
They are in the main campus. Sometimes they go over to the kindergarten yard to run around.
Yeah, they enjoy playing with the kindergartners, but the last time I was there, Charlie, I was kind of sad for a second because the pigs had to get locked up. They had to go be put in their pen when the kindergartners came out for lunch. Do you remember why that was?
Because sometimes the pigs, if they get out, the pigs might take some trash and eat it, not knowing, or taking their food.
Yeah, they'll steal the kindergartner's lunch. That's a thing. Those pigs can be bullies sometimes. But you know, I noticed how smart they are because after the kids went back into class and the pigs were let out, boom, they went straight to those benches because they know that kindergartners spill as well.
Yeah.
Huh? Yes, those pigs are smart. Now, Adriana, in working with the different animals, do you find that they have different personalities? Like, I think Jack mentioned that you have 3 different donkeys. Are the donkeys all the same, or do they have different personalities? What are each of these animals like?
The cows are nice and sweet, and the donkeys are pretty funny.
They're funny. What do they do that's so funny?
They're like the two kind of, they climb on each other.
That is funny. And what are the goats like?
They lock you out of the door, like you can't get out.
The goats will lock you out?
Yes, and they'll lock you in.
Okay, that's funny. So, Lisa, are you training the goats to lock the kids into their classroom?
We're trying.
Gosh,
they love to be outside their pen. So the second you open that door, you got to have a lead on your hand to make sure you put it on them so they could go for a walk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they'll go for a run.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is funny. Lisa, you mentioned before about how, Jack and his family have been largely responsible for bringing all these animals to campus, and then your community donates a lot of the food, the vet visits that are so important for the well-being of these animals. It's such a beautifully organic thing that's just kind of grown there on your campus. And I know you've got signs all over campus that say free range children. I love that you've got this organic approach to what's become kind of a farm school.
We do. It was a little bit of a vision to have animals, and we were so excited when we opened up the school and most of the classroom had bunnies or hamsters or guinea pigs, and now it's just become, like you said, this organic thing where Jack's mom said, hey, do you want to maybe have a couple micro mini cows, for a week or two, so the kids get to have a little bit of an experience? And I was like, oh my gosh, that would sound like so much fun. And then the micro mini cow stayed. And then she goes, oh, would you like to, maybe I could bring my donkey? And it just kind of started happening. And the more animals we brought on, the more we found that our community of kids taking care of them and really relating to each other, because there is, like I said, a schedule that the kids put together themselves of who is going to be responsible for feeding and cleaning. So it just became this organic, beautiful community building activity that now we want to expand on it. It's bringing together all of the grade levels. Our first and second graders can't wait to start taking on more responsibility. It's just been a really, like you said, organic, but amazing. And we just brought on two more donkey, and we have Louie, who's our other micro mini donkey. And so they're all micro minis.
They're all micro mini. They're school-sized pets.
They're school-sized, exactly. They're about the size of a big dog. So they're cute and they're sweet, like Adriana said. And we're really grateful to Bethany Bedard and Precious Pet Pals, that's her nonprofit, for allowing us this amazing opportunity.
Yeah, and Lisa, I remember when you opened iLEAD Agua Dulce, you told the story already, and you immediately took to the community and this special campus, and you're really embracing the way it's growing up into kind of becoming a farm school. This is something you have a background in, right? Did you grow up on a farm or something like that?
I'm actually from the San Fernando Valley, and I've only raised a dog. So for me, this was a completely new experience, and I'm learning as well. But we do have a lot of learners here who have ranches, and they have experience. So they're teaching me as well. I'm learning a lot from Jack and from Charlie and Adriana and all of the other learners. And so it's been fun. It's been quite the experience.
Oh, gosh, I bet. Now, Charlie, you and I spoke yesterday. You have quite a few pets at home, too, don't you? What pets do you have at home, Charlie?
I have a frog, 2 dogs, a tortoise, and a hermit crab.
Oh, my goodness. That's quite an eclectic gathering of pets. So did having pets at home make it easier for you to bond with the pigs?
Yes.
Oh, I bet. Adriana, what about you? Do you have pets at home as well?
Adriana just stepped out for some water, and here she is.
Okay. Adriana, what I was asking, Charlie was mentioning all the different pets that she has at home in addition to all these amazing animals you have on campus. Adriana, do you have any pets at home?
Yes, we have 2 dogs, and I have 2 fish right now.
Okay.
My brother has 2 fish also.
So, Adriana, which one of your pets are easier to clean up after, the fish or the dogs?
I would say the fish.
Yeah, fish are easy pets to have. I've got fish myself, and they're wonderful. They make very little noise. They don't stink. Fish are great pets. Speaking, these different things keep coming up. Jack, having goats, cows. I know they're micro mini cows, but they're still cows, and they eat a lot of hay. And that hay has to, let's be honest, Jack, it has to go somewhere, right? Those cows, those pigs, do they leave a lot on campus for people to clean up? Who cleans up all the nasty stuff, Jack?
Well, yes, they do leave a lot, and me and Adriana clean up the pens, and sometimes Charlie and all my other friends.
Okay, so let's get a little bit blue here. Jack, do they sometimes poop around campus, or do they keep it inside their pen?
They keep it inside their pen.
Well, that's good animals. Good on them. All right, because I can't imagine what it would be like to be walking around the handball courts picking up after alpacas and emus and things like that. So, Lisa, besides this fully stocked, basically petting zoo that you've got there on campus, what is it about, besides all these animals, what else is it about iLEAD that makes it so different from traditional schools?
Well, obviously, our program where we focus on project-based learning, but we also have many spaces here at iLEAD Agua Dulce that are geared towards the whole child. So we have an exploratorium where it's a smart lab, and so we have a lot of great high-tech knowledge programs in there. And then we have a makery where we have power tools and hand tools, and kind of like the old wood shop, but only a lot of tinkering, and we bring in electronics in there as well. In addition, we have an art lab, but we also have gardens that our kids are taking care of. And it seems like the classrooms this year have green thumbs because they're growing such amazing plants and flowers and foods. And we have grapevines and fruit trees. And we have, well, I think for our particular campus from the iLEADs, we really because of our spaces, we value that children only have a very small window of time to be a child. And so with that, we value the research that has been conducted on play and allowing kids to climb trees and run on campus and be able to exert energy and play in the rain. That's something I don't think traditional schools, they might not do. We encourage it. We want our kids to really go out there and get as much fresh air and exert that energy, because when they go back in the classrooms, they're more able to focus. It's great for, it's essential for healthy brain development and obviously physical development as well. So we have pickleball courts and we have scooters, and we just have things that really help the mind and the body. And it gives those kids an experience, a joyful experience that we want them to take with them when they leave here.
You're absolutely right. And it comes to mind, I could never really put my finger on it, but wandering around your campus, especially during recess time, kids are playing, and for me that's natural. You and I, Lisa, we grew up in a time where kids would run around and climb trees and climb fences and do things like that. But I think what I noticed was different the last time I was on your campus during recess time. There's not a whole lot of phones or iPads out, not a whole lot of kids with their noses in a screen during recess, is there?
No, and that's non-negotiable. We highly discourage it. We tell them, they have plenty of screen time after school. In school, we want them to socialize face-to-face. That helps with good communication that they'll take with them throughout their entire lives. And also, like I said, they need to play. They really need that opportunity for running and jumping and climbing. And we found that it has been a benefit academically for them. And like I said, there's such a short window of time for kids to be able to do that. So we need to make sure that they have those moments.
Yeah, that is awesome. Such an amazing physical environment. But like I said, you also use all of this this understanding about how kids learn to grow them intellectually as well. And you guys are still a public school that anyone can attend for free. Our tax dollars already pay for the education. But in fact, your families don't just live in Agua Dulce, do they? Where do your families come from?
They come from all over. We have them from the San Fernando Valley as far as Encino, Silmar, all the way up to Tehachapi, Rosemont, Antelope Valley. So they come from all different areas because we're a school of choice.
Right, and that is one of the great things about a charter school is that while it's still free like your local public school, the borders are much broader, and anyone from LA County or adjacent counties are able to attend your school. And so it just brings this richness and this diversity to your campus where all kids can learn and play and grow. It's such an amazing school. So Lisa, if our listeners are wondering how to get in contact with you for a visit, to maybe take a tour, or maybe they're convinced, they're listening to Jack and Charlie and Adriana and thinking, yeah, that's the place for my kids, and they want to enroll. Where do they go for more information?
They can go to our website at iLEADaguadulce.org, and they can also see what's happening on our campus and see the pictures of our animals on our iLEAD Agua Dulce Facebook page. And then our phone number is located on our website. They can give us a call. We give tours here, and they will, when they come, Miss Gladys, who's our amazing registrar, will help them through the process.
Well, Lisa, I want to thank you so much for joining me this morning, and Mrs. Wells and Jack, Adriana. Charlie, will you do me a big favor? Charlie, would you give Petunia a kiss for me when you see her again?
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much. Coming up, we've got fun and trivia with Big T, so stick around. This is SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. I'm Matt Watson, and this is your hometown station, KHTS.
If you'd like to take your business up a notch, take a look at Elite Magazine.
Linda and Mo Hafizi, owners of our Valley's two leading magazines, the Magazine of Santa Clarita and Elite.
I'm so proud of Elite. It allows your advertisement to stand out. We distribute Elite to 50,000 homes and businesses. You'll find us in 1,900 local hotel rooms.
Discover how Elite Magazine can help your business. Call 294-4444.
Superior quality is second nature to us. Just ask our advertisers.
KHTS strives to give the Santa Clarita Valley all the information they need, and when our computers aren't working the way they should, we call Resurgence, your true source for IT. Resurgence provides outstanding customer service while also providing the highest technical ability. They strive to do what's best to improve and protect your business. For more information on Resurgence, call 349-4114 or visit resurgenceit.com.
Dunkin' is celebrating spring with Dunkin' Lemonade Refreshers. Try the strawberry dragon fruit, peach passion, or the mango pineapple. Don't forget to grab a bite to eat. How about the tomato pesto grilled cheese, roasted tomatoes, pesto spread, and white cheddar on sourdough? Order ahead with the Dunkin' app and accumulate points. Located on Bouquet Canyon in the Lowe's Shopping Center and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country. Both with curbside pickup or use the drive-thru at Sierra Highway. Santa Clarita runs on Dunkin'.
Do you remember Bill O'Reilly? He was a talk show host on Fox News. What would he say now about the latest from the Biden administration? We're happy to tell you Bill O'Reilly has joined KHTS Radio for No Spin News. He cuts through the spin and gives you a fair, smart, fact-based analysis. It's your dose of common sense for Santa Clarita. Hear about the latest craziness from Washington. Join Bill O'Reilly every Monday through Friday from 6 to 7 p.m.
It's the No Spin News on KHTS 98.1 FM and AM 1220.
It's a hit. Audiences are loving Something Rotten, playing now at the Canyon Theater Guild. The year is 1595, and Shakespeare is a rock star. A rival acting troupe can't compete with The Bard. They need something new, exciting, never before done. Laugh your way back in time to the Renaissance with this hilarious show featuring tap dancing, Shakespeare, and the origins of the musical. Get your tickets today by calling 661-799-2702 or reserve online at canyontheater.org.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
Hey, Ned, what's with the cape and tights again? Didn't the boss tell you about that?
No, this time I'm really a Pacific Air hero. I'm flying around keeping our customers cool with our WOW AC tune-up. It's Super Ned to the rescue!
Get in the truck, Ned. Well, we're not letting Ned run around in tights.
But we are saving people every day. Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
We're saving people from a hot, miserable home caused by an aging or broken AC system.
When you call Pacific Air, we know your time is precious. So we promise on-time service to save you time.
And right now, with every WOW AC tune-up, we will disinfect and sanitize the inside of your heating and air system free. We think you'll say,
when you want the best, call Pacific Air.
schedule your WOW AC tune-up now, just $77, and we'll sanitize your heating and air system free. No surprises, just exceptional service, because nobody cares like Pacific Air. Details at pacair.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and now it is time for Big T's 5 Minutes of Fame. Y'all know Big T. He is a longtime resident and leader in the Santa Clarita Valley. He's an executive and a philanthropist. He's an amazing father, husband, community leader. Gosh, problem solving, communication, teamwork, leadership, initiative, public speaking, presenting. Big T, is there anything you can do?
I don't know. He sounds like a pretty cool guy, though.
Here he is. He's Mom's favorite. Big T, welcome to the show.
Morning, gentlemen.
Hey, Big T, we've got engineer Andrew joining us
Good
today.
morning.
So welcome in, Andrew.
Thank you.
And do I hear Carlos in the background?
Carlos is here.
Carlos is here.
Yep, he's off mic, but he's here.
Okay, cool. We ready to roll?
Yeah, no, that's not it. That's his real voice.
That's actually his real voice, yeah.
Are we ready to roll?
I think so. Hey, hang on, let's clear some space out, everybody. Everybody make some space. All right, Big T, you got room to land.
Yeah, perfect. So I love the show so far. Love the animal stuff. In fact, Big T's bringing an animal fun fact this morning. So
Well,
Matt,
all right.
You and I both love college sports, and we
Yes.
love mascots. In fact, I still got pics of you on the sideline at the Rose Bowl with that cougar. But
the
Bevo,
Washington State Cougar
mascot, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. For clarification, Washington State Cougar. All right. So Bevo the 15th is the 1,800-pound mascot for the University of Texas.
Yes.
He hasn't always been so well thought of, though, like he is today. You know, Bevo the Second once charged an SMU cheerleader who had to defend himself with his megaphone. Bevo the Third once escaped from his enclosure and ran amok on campus for 2 days.
2 days?
Bevo the Fourth once attacked a parked car. Bevo the Fifth once scattered the Baylor band. Bevo the 15th even broke free at the 2019 Sugar Bowl against Georgia and chased Uga.
Uga, the bulldog, yeah.
No! Yeah. So Bevo was actually introduced in 1916. Students didn't always love him. So on a fundraiser in December of 1920, when money was a little tight, there was a UT football fundraiser. The students served a fatten-up Bevo barbecued at the fundraiser.
That's not nice, Tony. The kids are still listening.
I know. If Charles is listening, don't do that.
Oh,
so the next day, the Austin paper ran the headline: "Famous Longhorn steer is eaten by varsity students. Bevo a fond, Bevo sometimes unpleasant memories served at the barbecue."
Wow, the show has taken a turn.
I'll bet it was good, though.
All right, Big T. You know, along with that animal theme during trivia today, I'm gonna go with an animal name. I'm going by Frogger today. All right.
Perfect. That sounds good.
And so Andrew, Patty, Frogger, we're gonna hit our buzzers by calling out our names. If you're playing along at home with us, you've got an advantage. You just shout out the answer before we can get to it. All right, Big T, let's do this.
Here we go. So in 1967, who became the first African-American Supreme Court justice?
Frogger. Is it Thurgood Marshall?
That is correct.
Yeah.
In 1964, Jack Ruby was convicted of murdering which other accused assassin?
Frogger. Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's correct.
Yeah.
What was the name of the conflict in 1961 in which CIA-trained forces tried and failed to invade Cuba and overthrow Castro?
Frogger.
Frogger.
That would be the
And then
Bay of
Andrew.
Pigs.
That's correct.
Did they try and fail, or did they decide they're going to go out for ham and cheese instead?
Yeah, it depends on what story you read.
Yeah, well.
Who was assassinated in November of 1963?
Patty?
In Dallas?
Yeah.
Andrew?
No, that was Patty.
I think Patty was first, yeah.
Oh, Patty, sorry.
And after Patty, Taylor's got it.
Was it JFK?
It was JFK. Nice
I
job.
actually guessed. Let's go.
How many U.S. presidents have been assassinated?
Frogger.
Assassinated? Yes.
Taylor, is it 4?
Taylor, help me.
Yes.
4 is correct.
Oh.
Which, if you think about it, that's 8.7%. That makes the president's position statistically one of the most dangerous in the country.
Get out.
All right.
Get out. Isn't that crazy?
Okay,
What new type-
but
what new type of
statistically the most dangerous job in the country, do you know what it is, T?
What's that?
It's a dentist.
Yeah?
Again, taking the show
Well,
south.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Highest
Right.
suicide
Yeah,
rates
okay.
of all professions. Yeah.
You know.
Wow.
So,
Huh.
yeah.
I've
All
also,
right,
I've also
bring the
heard
fun.
construction worker hits that list, and I've also heard beauticians,
Oh, wow.
largely due to the lack of medical insurance.
Ooh.
Yep.
All right.
All right, let's bring it up.
What, assassinations. What new type of telephone was invented in 1963?
Andrew, the
Andrew.
cell phone.
Incorrect.
Frogger.
Cordless
phone.
Incorrect. Anybody else?
Patty, just telephone?
Patty.
No.
I'm sorry?
All right.
Yes, Patty, the telephone was invented in
I
1960.
don't know.
He's never
we went
seen
away
I
from
Love
the
Lucy.
rotary dial and we went to a touch tone.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay. Who delivered the famous "I Have a Dream" speech in 1963?
Andrew Martin Luther King.
Yeah.
Jr.
That's correct.
Engineer Andrews
What
on the board.
iconic anti-war novel did Joseph Heller publish in 1961?
Oh, Frogger.
Frogger.
Was it Fahrenheit 400 and something? 463?
Incorrect.
Patty.
No?
Anybody else?
Patty. To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay.
No, incorrect. Andrew, you got it? No.
I got nothing.
Okay, catch 22.
There we go.
Papa's Sports Corner.
All right.
Who is the only person to play in the World Series and the Super Bowl?
Frogger.
Patty.
Frogger.
Deion Sanders?
That is correct.
Neon Dion.
In 1991, while a rookie with the Falcons, who caught Brett Favre's first pass?
Brett Favre. No.
I don't remember the player, but I know what the play was.
Andrew
Anybody?
Christensen.
Andrew.
Christensen.
I'm sorry?
Negative. Nope.
He said Mrs. Gnarls.
I mean, Patty. It was a
Go ahead,
pick.
Patty.
It was a pick six. It was the defender caught his first pass. Hey.
No.
No.
Brett Favre caught it. It was a deflected pass that went right
Oh,
back.
okay.
to his own touch.
Okay, that's funny.
In 1990, two Major League greats made history by becoming the first father-son duo to hit
Andrew.
back-to-back home runs. Andrew.
The Griffies.
That is correct. Nice pull, Andrew.
Wow.
Complete this phrase. On Wednesdays,
Andrew.
Andrew.
We wear pink.
We wear pink.
Proudly.
On Wednesdays, we wear pink. Which American actress married British royalty back in 2018?
Frogger.
Patty.
Frogger.
Grace Kelly. No.
I got it.
Andrew. Oh, yeah, Patty already said
It was a Meghan Markle with Prince Harry.
That is correct.
Yeah,
What's
got the
the
wrong
title
year.
of the first book in the Harry Potter series?
Patty.
Patty.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. No, actually, it was the.
Okay, yes.
Well, yeah, Sorcerer's
Yes,
Stone.
that's correct. Okay. Who was the first president of American history to declare war?
Oh, Frogger.
Frogger.
I'm going to go John Adams.
Incorrect.
Patty.
Patty.
I'm going to say Jefferson.
Incorrect.
Nope. Not even going to do it. Next.
Okay. Madison. James Madison.
All right, real quick on this one. Last one, T.
Okay. Which president has 2 Grammy Awards?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Clinton.
That is correct. Bill Clinton.
And with that, we tie it up. We got to wrap up. We'd like to thank our guests, Mike DeMenno from Remo Drums, Lisa Latimer, Grace Wells, Jack Charlie, Adriana from iLEAD Agua Dulce, Big T, thank you, producer Sarah, engineer Patty, engineer Andrew, and thank you for listening. Life is hard, but we've been put here to help each other. Join us again next weekend, every Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. I'm Matt Watson, and this is SCVI and iLEAD Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.